Welcome to MacroCode. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. So on today's video, we are going to do an update on our employees app. So we created an app on .NETMAUI using SQLite database. So the app was to add a new employee. So we were able to add a new employee providing the name. So I'll provide the name, email address, then and the date of birth. So if you just do that and save, so we were able to save our employee and we were able to see the list of records. So if you tap, you are able to actually delete the record. So this is a sample app on .NETMAUI using SQLite database. Some of you guys have requested us to do a video showcasing how you have multiple tables on the single database and having a list of views. So I'm going to demonstrate based on our app. So if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing and actually following our previous video. So we are going to show what we did on our previous video and the description down below. So you can check the video and remember to like the video. So on our under the services folder, we have the employee service. So this is where we were creating the database. So I'm going to create another folder. Then we can call this data store, or you can call this data DB context. So we can call it DB context. So under the DB context, let's create a class called application database context. So application database, or you can say app DB context. You can call this application DB context. So let's just call it application DB context. So these are public class. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to our services folder, then I'm going to copy some of the files, some of the things here. So let me copy this. So on our application here, I'm going to, let's have a constructor, or we can just have it as it is. Let's have a constructor. You can call it just do that. Then you can close it here. So there's some. Then so we need our DB connection. So let's go to app service. Then let's copy the SQLite connection. Then you can have it here at the top. So this is supposed to be that way. Then we need to do away with that. So this is that. Then you can do that. Then you can also close. So we need to import our employee table using models. So you can see we now have, so this one you can just remove a weight so that we have it that way. So let's do something. We can actually delete, or we can just leave it. So I'll show you how we can do that. So this is our employee table. So let's create another table. We had employees. So these are some of the fields that were there. Employee primary key, which was the primary key, is the ID, first name, middle name, last name, email address, and date of birth. So assuming we want another, let's create, we want a list of countries. So we can say country. So this is our class of countries. So this is public. So then we can, let's borrow some things. So we can have our primary key as the ID. Then you can say public string. We can say code. So we have the country code and the name. So you'll have the country code. Then you can have the country name. So here we can say the name. So that is fine. Then we can have, so for a case, so I'll create something called constituency. So then I'll do the same here. So I'll have the primary key. So this is my table. So you can actually create your own tables, guys. So this is my tables. So I'll create public. So this is a constituency, that will be the ID, then code, then name. Then what I need to do, I also need a foreign key. So I'll say country ID. So I'll provide it there. Then I can create another table called location. So I'll copy the same primary key. So under location, I'll say public. Then here, that is my primary key. Then I'll have my location code. So I'll say here the location code. Then I can provide the name, location name. Then I'll need to provide a foreign key. So I'll provide, this will be constituency ID. Then I can do sublocation. So these are some of my tables. So you can actually be creating yours. So this is sublocation public. So I'll showcase how we are creating multiple tables. Then sublocation, I'll do that. Then I can copy some of the items here. Then I'll paste them here. Then I can also have my foreign key for the location. So these are related. So this will be location ID. Then I can also say I want to record up to the village. So this is the village. So public. Then I'll say that. Then I can copy some of my fields. Then under village, I'll say sublocation ID. Location ID, then village code and the village name. Then I need to have my primary key should be auto incremental. So I'll have it here. So these are some of my tables, guys. So I have the village sublocation. This one is the product, so I'm not using that one. Location, employee, country, then constituency. So what I need to do, I'll come to my application DB context. Remember, our database is called main database. So we'll say main database, then DB3. So to create our tables, so I'll do this. So I'll add that. Then I'll copy my country name. I'll paste it here. Then my constituency, I'll paste it here. Then my location, I'll paste it here. Then my sublocation, I'll paste it here. So what is wrong with this? It is ambiguous. So let's see what's wrong with it. Okay, let's see. Yes, that name is ambiguous. It's actually being used. So let's say we can call these locations. So we can rename our location to locations. So that will be fine. So if you come to application DB context, this should be locations, then sublocation. So these are actually our tables. So the app should be able to create these tables. So we need to replace something. So on our MAUI program.cs file, we need to actually have to register our application DB context. So I'll just do that. Then have our application DB context here. Then we can actually import, so that is fine. So on our application DB context, we need to have it under app shell. So app shell is fine. Then under app. So on the app, what I need you guys to do is under app, we need to create our database once the app launches. So how we do that? Come here. So we'll say public. Then we do that. Then you can say database, then get. Then we need to import this one. Yes. So after it has done that, so we will say our database. So we need to initialize it. So we'll say our database is equals to new. Remember, we have our constructor on our app.db context. So we'll say new. Then we can as well do that. So this should be fine. So on our application DB context, you can see, guys, we have the employee, country, constituency, and the location and sublocation. Then we have a village. I had forgotten that. So we can add the village. So you can add the village. So these are actually our tables. So we'll say table 1. So this is our table 1, table 2, table 3, table 4, table 5, and table. So we have 5 tables. So let's build our project. We see in case we've introduced any kind of errors. So our application is building. So if you're new to this channel, guys, consider subscribing, like our video so that we can be able to reach more people and even recommend us to your colleagues. So in case you have any suggestion that you feel we need to do, then feel free to comment down below and we'll be quick to respond with the video or even to your comment. So we have, so our project is done building. So what we need to do, it's actually almost done. So let's just wait. So let's see how our app looks like. So this is how our app looks like. So we have the form. If you click the form, you'll be able to see this form. So we had already done this form on our previous video, so consider watching. So we want to show a list of these items. So what we are going to do, we are going to activate our navigation drawer. So let's go to our app shell. Then there's this shell layout behavior disabled. So if we just get away with this one, we remain with that. So let's try to launch. So you should be able to get only one item on our page. Missing. So what you need to do, okay, so let's do this, guys. So I'm going to have a list of flyout items. So what I need to do, I'll say flyout items. So flyout item, then I'll close that. So inside the flyout item, I'll provide the name, which is, I'll say, so this should be this way. So we'll say home. So then we need to say the title of the flyout item. So we'll say title. So we'll provide the title of this. So the title will be, so we'll say employees. So we'll call this employees list. Then we can also now provide the shell. So this one, our shell content, we'll have it here. So we'll have our shell content there. Then this one should now navigate to the list of employees. So we'll have it as a flyout item. So if we just launch the app, we should be able to get one item. Sorry. So there's something not. So we'll say that and that. That should be fine. Yeah, so it should not actually include this one. So I should get, so what I'm supposed to do here, I'm supposed to close this one here to be that way. So if we launch our app, it should be okay. So our app is launching. Let's see how it will appear. So sorry. So it's launching. Let's see. So we are using flyout item, guys. So if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. So you can see we have now this navigation. So you can be able to navigate. You can see we have the employees list and we have the list here. So you can also add the rest. So you can copy all this. Then we'll have, we'll say country. Then we'll say country list. Then we'll say constituency. Then we'll say constituency list. Then you can also say here locations. Then you'll say locations list. These are flyout items. These are actually, so we can call these, that is, we can have sublocations. Can call sublocations list. Then we'll have our finally villages. So this one will be villages list. So the title here will be villages. So we'll just copy these, say here list. I mean, this should be sublocation list. Then this should be location list. Then this should be constituency list. Then we can have a countries list. So let's try and launch. You see what will happen. So our app is launching. So let's wait and see. Yes, you can see you have the employees list, county list, constituency list, location list, sublocations list, and the villages list. So if we click any of these guys, it is taking us to the employees list page. So we need to have each of them to have an individual list. So we are going to create a list. So let's close these ones, try to remove some unnecessary files. So I'm going to remove some files here that are not part of our videos. So I'll just remove, because we'll be building on this app, guys, so that you'll be able to see how it comes up. So I'll just remove that. So I'm going to, so under program.cs, I'm sure there are some things that will not be quite okay. So I'll remove some. Then under, I'm sure it is fine. Then under app, it's fine. Then app shell, we remove these ones. So I'm going to create a list of countries. So we'll add a new page. So let's right click, then new item, then .NETMAUI, then .NETMAUI content page. So you're going to use content page XAML file. So we'll say countries list. So this is countries list, then add. That will be our list. So title will say countries list. Then we'll need another one for constituency list. So this is constituency lists. So that is fine. Then we'll add another one for locations list. So it is there. So we have it here. Then we can add another one for sublocations list. Do that. So sublocations list. Then I'll add another one for villages, village lists. Then we'll have these lists here. So after you have done that, guys, what you need to do is to register these pages on our MAUI program.cs file. Remember that. So we'll come to our MAUI.program. So under views, so I want to register all these pages. So I'll copy that. I'll register for the countries. Then I'll do for the constituencies. Then I'll do for the locations. Then I'll do for the sublocations. Then I'll do for the villages. So I'll copy the one for the villages. Then after we have done that, so we can now tie our navigation under the app shell with the correct views. So the first one was employees. The second one was country. So you can add the country, and this is the root. Then constituency, you can copy constituency. Then you can have it here, then there. Then locations, you can copy the locations. You can have it here, then here. Can sublocations, copy the name. Ensure the name matches. The name, then villages, we can have our villages. Then here, then here. So after you have done that, if we launch the app, it should take us to the individual navigation pages for what we have done. So sorry, this remember the files that we deleted. There are some items that are missing. So I'll just get rid of the students view models as well. So we'll be building on our employees app. Let's see this if there is an issue. Nothing. Yeah, so there are some items on this other end. So if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing to get to know how this video started or how we created our employee app. Then watch our description down below. There is a link. We are tying the link there so that you can be able to watch from the initial video. But if you watch our previous video, then this is a continuation of some of your concerns, guys. So we are going to proceed with this video, and we'll be able to create a complete app on .NET MAUI. So if you like this video, subscribe and like the video. Comment down below in case you have any suggestion or how we do our video for any improvements. So see you guys in our next video. See you guys in our next video when we'll be doing the actual CRUD operation for our tables that we have created. That is the employees, that is the country, constituencies, locations, and sublocations. So wait for the next video on showcasing how these will be done. So for today's video, we have been showing you how we'll be able to create the individual pages and be able to create the additional tables for our database. So we'll showcase on how we do the manipulation of the tables and how we add new data, edit and delete on a different approach from what we had done before. So as you can see on our lists, now we can have the employees list as our main page, then the counties, it is taking us to the countries page, then we have the constituencies, then we have the locations, then we have the sublocations, then we have the villages. So for today's video, guys, we are going to leave it at that point. Then we'll be posting the video about this. So this is part 2 of the .NET MAUI mobile app. So see you in our next video, and remember to subscribe and also keep safe. Bye.